All right, so our biggest flaw in this fitness stuff is not enough recovery, right? We want to demand our bodies to do so much, and we don't allow it the time to recover and fully get back to where it should be. So with any type of recovery, it's very important to understand what that means first, and identify what type of recovery you need. So the type of recovery we're going to go through today is going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be kind of just opening up stretches and flowing through it through your breathing. Your breathing means everything in your exercise, and your breathing means everything in your recovery. So if you're not breathing correct in your exercises, this is going to be a hard 30 minutes for you, because you have to understand when to breathe, where to breathe, and how long to hold your breath. If you don't understand diaphragmatic breathing, all these things that go into it, yes, these play a big role in both your training and your recovery. So as we're going through today, more than figuring out to get in the right stretch, or maybe get as far into the stretch as you would like to, focus on the breathing. And once that improves, everything else will slowly start to come into play. Okay, so we're going to start off from this Indian sitting position. Now, not everybody might be able to do this. If you can't do that Indian position, then just come out and bring your legs out to the side here. Okay, but if you can bring them here inside, then I want you guys to be here. All right, and the first one we're going to start off with is just going to be, we're going to work at the shoulders a little bit. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is take your left arm out to the side, okay, and without action, now you're going to sit up nice and tall. Without actually letting the hand come to the ground, you're going to push that arm down towards the ground. Okay, so I'm really going to push it down to the point where you should probably feel a little bit of a stretch here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and grab with our other hand. You're going to grab the side of your head, and you're just going to tip it over. I'm still reaching down towards the ground, so I'm stretching both ways, and then I'm just tilting my head over. I'm not like forcing it all the way to the side. I'm just grabbing it, and I'm just giving it a little bit of a stretch. I'm assisting it into the stretch. And then you just breathe. Just take your time. Just make sure that you're pulling both directions. Pushing the hand down, pulling the head over to the side. Some of you guys might be able to get over to the side and then bring it down as well, and that'll just enhance the stretch. And then as you feel that stretch, you just gotta kind of breathe through it. Okay, good. Now roll that left shoulder out. That lat is a lot looser. It just feels a little bit better, more range of motion. Now let's go to the other side, right? Grab your right arm now. And then we're going to push it down towards the ground, reaching out in that angle. And we're going to grab the head and pull it over. Now, believe it or not, depending on which arm is your cross arm and which arm is your jab arm, one of these sides is going to be a lot tighter than the other. Okay, now you're going to roll that shoulder out. Now I want you to sit up nice and tall. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to interlock them behind my back. Okay, and I'm going to pull those shoulders back, trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together. We're trying to. I got a phrase that I use with one of my clients. Tell them to pinch the pencil. Pretend you're pinching a pencil with your shoulder blades in between your back, and just hold that position. Your core's got to stay engaged. That way you can sit up nice and tall. But just pull those shoulders back. You should feel that stretch through the front of your shoulders. Okay. Good, guys. Now we're going to flip it over. Go hands and knees. Now from here, you want to make sure that your wrists are directly beneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly beneath the hips. Okay? I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to flip it. Get it straight underneath the shoulder still. Hold there. I'm not putting a ton of pressure on it. I'm putting more pressure on my hand that's straight down, my left hand over here. Okay, but I'm just getting that stretch on my right forearm. I'm just going to rock it back and forth just a tiny bit to enhance that stretch, but I'm trying to keep my flat hand completely down against the ground. I'm going to rock back and forth about 10 times. And once I'm done there, I'm going to go ahead and roll that hand out. Bring that hand straight down and switch to the other side. And you might not be able to get the hand all the way down flat against the ground. That's okay. Get it far down as you can. You might not even be able to rock. You might just have to hold it there, breathe. That's good. That's okay as well. Okay, now once you go there, we're going to walk our hands up a little bit. Now we're going to go back in front of the face. Okay, maybe up a little bit higher. And then we're going to bring those feet together. And we're going to just drop back into that child's pose. As you're doing this position, you want to try to push your chest down toward the ground. Again, you're going to feel that stretch open up in your pecs, in your shoulder, front part of your shoulder. Now I'm going to walk my right hand out to the side here. I'm going to drop my right shoulder down a little further towards the ground. If I can get it completely on the ground, that's good. So it helps if you rotate your head to the left side. Okay, and then you're going to walk the hand back up, back to your starting position, and then watch what I do with my right arm now, okay? My left hand's going to stay up tall because I'm going to go back into the child's pose, okay? My right arm's going to roll through the hole here, and then as I come down, I'm going to drop down and just let my weight sink into that shoulder. If you can turn and get your head pointing to the right now. Now, if you wanted this to be more of a flow, here's what you can do. Take a big deep breath in and out here. As you inhale, come on up. As you exhale, drop down the other way. Inhale, come on up. Get the hand through. Exhale and drop down inside. And you would just go in and out about 10 times on one side. And what controls your reps would be your breath. Okay, so let's do that. We did a little bit, so let's do 5 of those. 5, inhale, exhale, drop the arm out. All the way through that exhale. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, go back in. All right, now let's hit the other side. First, I'm going to hold. Should be going in and out. All right. So now we're going to get that position right back where we started. Both wrists underneath the elbow, or underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then this time we're going to start moving into the lower back of the spine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go cat-cow, all right? We're going to arch the back as much as you can. So you're really pushing off the ground with your arms, with your hands. And then once you go fully all the way up, now we're going to arch the back and go into that cat. And you want to keep your head neutral the whole time. I know I might be glancing over looking at you guys, but try to keep the head pointing straight down. We're going to go here as far as you can. And back up again. Let's go about 5 times each way. All right, now, a lot of people like to go straight back into the hips. And I want to actually go to the lower back at first. Make sure the lower back is warmed up before we go through the hips, because I don't want to mess with anyone's hips the wrong way. So I'm going to go into a lying position on your backs. Now the first thing I want to do is grab your right knee. Pull it as high up as you can. Try to get it up towards the chest. As you exhale, nice hard pull. And then each time you inhale, just give a little. Just loosen up. And then each time you exhale, you give a nice aggressive pull. I'd say assertive. Inhale, give some Some leeway. Exhale. On my left leg is straight and flat on the ground. Make sure you keep that there. Okay, you're gonna take that right leg down, flat on the ground, and switch it, grab the left leg. Now extend both legs out. Okay, this time we're gonna go back to the right leg. This time we're gonna go up and across. So I'm trying to get my right knee up and then across towards my left shoulder. So I'm trying to go this way, right? So as I pull it, I'm gonna pull it up and then in. And you're gonna feel that stretch in the glute a little bit. Down under. You control your breathing. You're definitely not going to get as far here, but you're just trying to get that, again, we're working the glute here. It's not about getting the knee all the way to the shoulder. It's about getting that stretch that I want you to get. Good. Switch sides. Let's go to the other side. Each time you breathe, pull it hard. Each time you breathe out. All right, guys, so next, before I go into my full rotations, what I want to do is you're going to bring your hands out to the side, and you're going to go ahead and raise your feet up off the ground, bring those knees to a 90-degree bend, okay? And if this starts to bug you, you can drop your feet, your legs, right? You don't have to have them up here, you can drop them down too. And I want you just to kind of rock from side to side as far as you can. Keep both of your shoulders glued to the ground. If your shoulder starts to come off the ground, that's where you need to stop. Now, the more advanced version would be to extend your legs. Slowly let them drop. This is just, again, getting that rotation, getting those anti-rotation muscles to help support your spine. And I wanted to do that one just to kind of give you an idea of where you're at now and how that's going to improve. Okay, so this next one we're going to do now, we're just going to go back to the right leg, but this time we're going to bring my foot on the ground on my left side. Okay, I'm going to cross my right leg right foot over, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring everything up. I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna grab underneath and hook the bottom of my left leg. And I'm just gonna yank on that and pull it in. So I'm trying to pull my left knee up, but you're actually gonna get the stretch on the right side. Because that right leg is crossed. Okay, now let's switch. Cross your left leg over that right one. And you're gonna reach up and through. Grab that hamstring on the right side. And you're pulling it up and towards your chest. All right, so now what I want you guys to do is now we're gonna switch up our last exercise, okay? So we had our knees up off the ground, right? This time I want you to keep your feet on the ground, right? And then now I want you just to drop. Exhale each time you drop down to one side. Inhale as you come to the top. Exhale as you drop down the other way. And you feel a little more freedom in dropping, trying to get those knees down to the ground. Of course, your shoulders are going to stay on the ground, just like we practiced the last time. All right, and now we're going to sit on up. You're going to rock yourselves up. Come into a nice, wide, seated position. Now we're going to get your adductors. Okay, so go as wide as you can. Sit up nice and tall. And you're going to slowly start to walk your hands out as far as you can. Keeping your legs straight. Go as far as you can walk. Just walk those hands out. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, now slowly walk those hands back up. Bring those feet together. Okay, then go back down. And now we're going to take the left leg. Okay, bring it up. Left arm out to the side. With your right hand, or yeah, with your right hand, you're going to drop that left knee towards the ground. Keeping your shoulder on the ground. Only go as far as you can keep that shoulder on the ground. breaths. Good. Okay, now let's switch it. Get your right knee up, right arm out to the side. Your left arm. Pull that knee all the way down across. Of course, only going as far as you can keep your right shoulder down on the ground. All right. We're going to bring it back up. Now we can get to the same side. Okay, so this is going to start wide stance, hands flat on the ground. Okay, bring them as wide as you can. And then all you're going to do, I'm going to drop my right knee down on the outside of the knee, drop my left knee down on the inside of the knee. You see what I did there? Okay, I'm going to try to stay on your mat. You're going to come up, sit nice and tall. I'm pushing the inside knee down further into the ground to increase that stretch of the groin here. Once you get there, bring your hand back down. Now I'm going to go left knee on the outside down, right knee on the inside down. You want to try to get to the point where you can sit up nice and tall and maybe not have your hands on the ground, be able to bring your hands up. Maybe not today, but eventually. Okay, and then we go back the other way. So just get that flow going. Going side to side. You push the inside knee down into the ground, increasing that groin stretch. And then it gets a lot smoother as the more you do it. Okay, now I want to go into kind of our triangle stretch position. All right, so we're going to go into that plank position. We're going to bring one of our feet inside here. And I'm going to make sure that bottom knee, that back knee is going to be up off the ground. And then you just kind of see how I'm moving around and scowling through that hip area. Now here would be the difficult part here, is that you can go from the hands and then maybe drop the elbow down, back up. Try to get the elbow down and back up. So the inside elbow, I'm trying to drop it down towards the ground. Keeping that back knee up off the ground, and then just keep rocking around. And the higher up you can get that foot, the better it's going to do for you. You should be dropping the elbow through each exhale, through each breath. Come down on both elbows. I want you to do that as well. Then after you get about 5 times on one side, let's go over to the other side. All right, guys, and the last one we're going to do today, this is going to be good. Okay, everybody come on up. You're going to come to a standing position. And then you're going to go ahead and bring yourself into a nice squat width. Right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands and go straight down to the toes. Get as far as you can if you can't reach the toes. And then you're noticing I'm grabbing underneath my toes here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is take a big breath in. And then as I breathe out, I'm going to come into that nice deep squat position. Okay, now from here, I'm going to go ahead and drop my palms to the ground. And I'm going to push straight up. So my hands are flat on the ground. And I'm trying to straighten my legs out. You might not be able to get there. That's okay. Just get them as straight as you can. And then breathe out again and drop back to that squat. Come to that prayer position. Once you lock it in there, bring the hands back down. Big breath in. Push that butt straight up in the air. Now we're really getting those hamstrings. Okay? And I'm going to watch you guys do this a couple times. Looks great. All right, I want everyone to do me a favor, just stand up. All right, and I want you just to kind of walk. Give me a walk back somewhere and then walk back to where you're at. And just walk around and just kind of see how much better everything feels from your spine to your hips, to your hamstrings, to your back, and just kind of everything in between. It's something as simple as walking, right? The older you get, we start off at a young age with these beautiful long strides in our gait and how we walk and how we run and do things. And then what happens is as you get older and we start to come here, and all of a sudden you're taking these little steps, right? Because you do not work on mobility. People who don't work on mobility are going to always have these problems. And until we can embed it in the brains of every single individual, we're always going to have those old people that kind of walk hunched over, super slow with their walk. It's not because I've seen guys the same age as these guys who are walking with slunched over, and these guys have amazing strides. Their posture is amazing, right? Their hip mobility, their core strength is amazing. Things that we practice all through the week. Those are the things that, these guys have probably been doing for years. So again, guys, this is just going to be one of those flows that you can do. You can also take it apart and you can take the pieces that you need depending on how you're feeling. This does not need to be a Sunday only thing. This should be an everyday thing. Take what you need depending on what we're doing throughout the week with the workouts and use it. Okay, this is recorded. It's going to be on YouTube. You can go back and refer to it at any time. All right, but that's all it takes, guys. Is not even 30 minutes. If you want to get this every Sunday, hey, that's great. You can join us on Sundays. We're going to be mixing it up and getting different types of flows. But this is also something you could kind of take apart, dissect, and take what you need, use it, and then that's all through the week. All right. So let's see who we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys. All 10 of you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. And of course, there's more because some of you guys have too. And I apologize again that we weren't able to get the yoga going. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to work out, so I just had to postpone it. But I'll get with Liz and we'll figure out a better date for that. Okay, I promise, guys. We're going to be bringing some exciting stuff with this. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go out, take a walk the dog, ride your bike, recover. All right, guys. Have a good Sunday, and then I'll see you guys sometime next week. Later, guys.